Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I've been around the block a few times, and not only, but I kind of heard how the Western mass media treats certain dubious cases where people just die or fly off balconies, or they have a heart attack in a hotel room, or they just die. Something happens. I don't know, a truck hits them, or something like that. Important people. Or maybe like James Trafficant dies just by driving his little truck in the yard, falls over and breaks a lot of ribs, and he dies. Look into that one. Well, when this happens in a free country, which is our world, it just is taken as, it just was an accident, nothing to see here. Now, if this would happen, let's say somewhere like Hungary, or because Hungary right now is the bad boy, or it happens in Russia, it must be Putin or it must be Orban. Of course, if it happens in China, it's Xi Jinping himself with a knife. If it happens in Iran, the same way, or if it happens in North Korea. But here, they don't even talk about it. It's impossible. Like we are different kind of people. Well, we might be different kind of people, but in essence, we're human. So let me show you here how a suspected, you know what a suspected means? Someone that you think could be, may be something. So a suspected Russian spy dies in detention after sudden health problems. And he doesn't die, obviously, the spy dies in Russia. The spy dies in one of the free world countries. Do you think that the Telegraph, where I got this one, will even hint that Rush suspected, so that means you don't even know if he was. I think he died during the interrogation process. That's my feeling, the way I know the world. But nevertheless, I don't have the evidence, but I have a gut feeling, and I think I'm entitled to have gut feelings, as at least half of the population of the globe. So we have suspected Russian spy dies in detention suddenly. And there's not going to be any hint of any kind. Why? Because he died in Latvia, not in Russia. Right? Now, if this guy would have been, let's say, a suspected American spy, let's say Mr. Whalen, who is already in captivity and is convicted, 8 years or something like this for spying? If he dies right now in the colony where he serves, unlike, what's her name? Brittany, whatever, the cannabis girl, Brittany Griner, she was taken out immediately. Why? She's special. He is not. He's a part of the oppressor group. I'm talking about Whaler, right? Click. So if that guy dies in Russia, I guarantee you it was Putin himself. Showed up in the middle of the night, took his pants off, and stick something in his ass and killed him. Or if, let's say, that the other guy, Navalny, who's another guy, if something happens with that guy, again, definitely was killed by this guy. He can't have a sudden death. What if he dies? What do you think these guys are going to do to Putin? Open their mouth and suck it. That's what they're going to do. But nevertheless, he's not dying. Now, let's look at this article. Igor Bobirs died a week after being admitted in hospital in Latvia after a rapid deterioration in his health, officials said. I wonder what, from contusions? A man or internal bleeding. That's how you do it. A man detained in Latvia on suspicion. This is a suspicion, not guilty. So he has rights, even though, of spying for Russia, has died in detention after developing sudden health problems. Prison authorities said poisoned by the Americans in Latvia, or maybe by the MI6. No, it's impossible. I mean, are you crazy? Do you have any evidence? Well, I have as much evidence as those guys had in the case of the bad guys. All right, let's move on. Igor Bobirs was detained in August with authorities in Riga, claiming he could have been working for the Russian Federal Security Services, FSB Secret Service. Could have been, might have been, we don't know, but he died. He didn't resist our... The prison administration of Latvia, correct, fair, civilized, unlike those guys, said on Wednesday that 53-year-old Bobirs, 53 is not that old, is he? Who has still not been officially charged, had died, so he died a free person, but it doesn't really matter. Rather, maybe, anyway, had died 1 week earlier after being admitted into hospital. It did not give a cause of death for the Russian-born man, but said there had been a quote-unquote rapid deterioration in his health. And you gotta believe us because we're the good guys. Bye, see you never, NBC will cover for us. The Leta news agency, a Latvian media organization, said police had launched an investigation. A post-mortem and toxicology reports were ordered. Nothing will find. We just want to find out if he took drugs or, I don't know, high-profile espionage trial. We're not going to look into that. And that's about it. That's the whole article. So they're conducting an investigation, internal investigation, like they conduct here into FBI or CIA or Mossad or MI6. That's what is going to come out of that. Not even that. So yes, my friends, this is how this is treated. Do I know what happened? No, but it's very strange that there was no question about maybe something happened with this spy over there. I'm going to do a toxicology and whatever over there and see what's happening. Internal investigation. We're going to find out the cause of death. Old age. His health deteriorated. So they already gave us the 90% of the reason why. His health deteriorated. He got old at 53. He couldn't take it. Anyway, my friends, here it is. Now remember, when will happen something like this in Great Britain? You know, someone would die that sudden death or something, and is one of them, then it must have been the Russians, definitely. Or if someone dies in Russian detention, or, I don't know, tries to commit suicide, like it was that guy about what? A few months ago, time passes fast, I know, 7 months ago, 8 months ago, 12 months ago, a CEO of a big company that got bankrupt, he just tried to fly from, I think, from a 12th story or something like that, and he died. It was not Biden. It was not Biden. Why? Because it happened in the United States of America. If that would have been in Russia, definitely Putin would be, hey, fly. Book. Oh, I guess he just was shy. He opened his wings and glide. Ooh. Oh my, warm currents. I'm going to pick up and fly to the free world. My friends, garbage. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.